Welcome to our 3 Days of Gratitude series in the run-up to Thanksgiving. And today I'm somewhere where I'm really blessed and honored and feel really grateful to be. It's my first Thanksgiving in America, and I'm actually at the New York Common Pantry. And this place, also known as the NYCP, is a phenomenal space where they're just about to start this year's Thanksgiving food distribution. Last year, they distributed over 3 million meals to over 350,000 individuals. And there's an incredible lot of work that goes into here. Lots of volunteers, lots of organizations getting involved. So I'm going to be speaking to some people too. And you can take a look here at these massive food mountains that are going to be given out. We've got some pasta in here. We've also got some chicken soup. We've got some beans. We've got porridge oats, Quaker oats there as well. Got so many different things that are all going to be given out to many, many people who are all waiting up around the corner. And today I've got Barbara with me here, who's joining us, who's actually been volunteering here for over 10 years. Is that right, Barbara?
Yes, it is. And it's my pleasure to be here, and we wouldn't be able to do this without hundreds of volunteers. This has been a 2-week military maneuver getting ready for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we have lots of excited families, over 2,000 turkeys and all the fixings. So this is a time of year when everyone comes together and likes to give to organizations of goods or money, or we just wish that everyone would think of us the rest of the year, as we certainly have equal need all year round. And come volunteer, do something for your neighborhood, your city, your state, our country. We need people to step up. We had over 47,000 hours of volunteer time last year, which indicates a savings of 1.2 million plus to running this operation. So without volunteers, we can't do it.
Absolutely incredible. And how have things changed over the last 10 years? How have you seen things grow? How have your activities grown? And how has your involvement grown as well?
Okay, well, our families that do the grocery program, that's 4 days a week, have grown. We have over 2,000 families from 18 zip codes. And we also provide lots of social services. We just won an award for New York State for the best social services of any entity, so we're very proud.
Congratulations.
Of that. So we just are constantly growing. We've opened another facility up in the Bronx, and we have another one coming to the South Bronx. And we do many things besides food and groceries, and we help people with social services. So, and we provide meals 5 mornings a week and dinners 3 nights a week for all comers.
Absolutely amazing. And how can people at home get involved? What can they do to help?
Well, they can contact either directly the pantry online. It's nycommonpantry.org. There's volunteer operations all the time, and we like to get cash. It's sort of like a wedding. It's what you really need is cash, so that we can provide for our clients what we need all year. And you could also go through New York Cares, which does a lot of different charities in New York. They take care of us on Saturday here. So you can just try out different charities until you find the one that is meant for you and stick with it.
Absolutely incredible. And can you show us some of the things that you'll be giving out today, that you'll be distributing?
Yes, every family. We're doing large families today. We have about 600 plus families that we're serving, and they're getting all these dry goods, all the fixings for their turkey, gravy, cranberry stuffing, cornbread mix, cake mix, frosting. Then on this side we have onions and carrots and apples and celery, and we also have a choice of vegetable in the front of either cabbage or collard greens. And of course the turkeys are going to be loaded on the street. So they've been waiting a long time. People have been lined up for hours. So they have an invitation and a ticket, but they're always afraid we'll run out, and we never do. But they'll be happy to be leaving this cold weather today.
Definitely. We have one wonderful person with us here today.
Yes.
That's right.
Great.
So we'll have it. And are you going to hand us something, Barbara?
Yes, certainly. Yeah. All right, can you open your cart for me? I have lots of things for you here today. Okay. Yes. Great. Great. And then you have a choice today of collard greens or cabbage.
So as you can see, we've got so much wonderful food being distributed right now. And if you think about the amount of families, we're about to pop out in a second where you're going to be able to see all the other people. So if you're with me right now, we're going to be moving outdoors so we can see all the other people that are lined up outside waiting to get their meals. So as I said earlier, if you can see behind me, there is an extremely long queue where people are lining up to grab their meals for today. A lot of these people are going to go home and cook together and bring groups. So I just heard earlier there were people with 40 friends and family members that were going to come together, use these ingredients to actually make their Thanksgiving meals. I mean, for me, I'm absolutely blown away today. It's my first Thanksgiving in the United States. And this is such an important occasion for so many individuals here. And yet they're not able to celebrate. Without the New York Common Pantry, they would not be able to celebrate Thanksgiving in this amazing old way. And today I'm really fortunate because I have with me Stephen, who's the Exec Director of NYCP, and I'm here with him today. Stephen, thank you so much for joining me here.
Thank you for having me.
It's brilliant to be talking to you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
And I've just seen the amazing work your team's doing in there, the amazing group of volunteers you have. Please tell us more about the New York Common Pantry and the work you do.
Sure. So I think you already know, your listeners know that we are over 3 million meals a year we served last year. We served hundreds of thousands of people. We do it through 2 locations. This is one of our 2 distribution sites. We partner with over 160 sites to do food, distribution and nutrition education, and we're all over the city. We served people from 180 zip codes last year, so we're citywide.
I understand that you give people a choice here. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Sure, yeah, we have a choice pantry. It allows people to select their food items across 5 food categories. That's really important, so to restore and to maintain dignity, to make sure that people can choose the food, not unlike they would choose somewhere else, when they went shopping. So.
And what are those choices today? What can people choose from today?
Well, today is one of those days where it's a big distribution because it's Thanksgiving. Obviously, we want to make sure that people that come to us are able to celebrate Thanksgiving the way that other Americans are able to do. So we provide, of course, a turkey, trucks rolling in with turkeys. You can see turkeys behind me, and then all the fixings. So all the vegetables, the carrots, the sweet potatoes, etc., and then all the dry goods. So it's a full package for every person that comes, and we hope to be able to serve over 2,700. We know we'll be able to at least serve 2,700 this week.
That's absolutely phenomenal and so good to hear. And one of the things I was really interested by is that you're actually rescuing food from restaurants around the city. Can you explain to the audience what that means and how important that is?
Sure. Well, there's a lot of food waste in our city, in our country in general, so we want to be part of the solution. So what we really want to do is partner with sites, whether that be supermarkets, whether that be restaurants, bakeries, etc., to take the food that's otherwise perfectly good and edible, but at the end of their business day, they can't use it, right? So we take that food and then we put it right into our food system, whether it's our hot meal program, we do breakfast, we do dinners here, and then a pantry program, as you can see, that we serve others. So wherever we can utilize it, we will.
Are there any particular restaurants that are really helping out, any particular names that are really contributing and making a difference?
Well, we have a great partnership with a local Trader Joe's, some of the bigger names. Whole Foods is a partner, and then many corporate cafeterias, and including Morgan Stanley and some others. So those are really important to us as we continue to take whatever food items, again, whether they're prepared food or whether they're food that otherwise would just be sitting on shelves. So we'll be able to distribute that.
Definitely, these are phenomenal stories. And one of the things that comes to mind, we're here on Thanksgiving, such an important day, such an important occasion. But how about volunteers always want to help out during the holidays? How can they do that in a way that's not so overwhelming for charities, but actually help charities and make a difference?
Well, it's a great question because today, for example, we have 50 volunteers. Friday, when we started this Thanksgiving volunteer project, was about to Wednesday, we'll have about 450 volunteers.
Wow.
But you're so right, all throughout the year. So throughout the year, we have about 15,000 volunteers. They donate 48,000 labor hours, and that's about a savings of $1.3 million that we would have to pay staff to do. So when you're serving 3 million meals, and this year about 3.5 million meals, we need that, and that's part of the solution. So people can come to pre-packaged, they can hand out the food, they can help our families order on tablets, they can work on our hot meal program by serving the food or cleaning the tables or preparing plasticware to distribute to the clients. So it's all very important to what we do.
And how do you recommend that any of the audience that are watching here, they're in New York, how can they get involved and actually make a difference today?
So go to our website, nycommonpantry.org. You can make a donation online at nycommonpantry.org. You can apply you can look right online there for volunteer opportunities, the different days, and you can actually enter it right in there, and then we'll be able to sort of work you into our volunteer corps on a year-round basis.
Fantastic. And Stephen, what really got you inspired? Like, why did you get involved? How did this start for you? Even if we're rewinding some time to actually looking at those moments that made you want to get involved in such a worthwhile cause.
Well, probably a few different points. Certainly as a young child, growing up with a dad who was very involved in the civil rights movement, but also about addressing issues of hunger and poverty in our community where we grew up. And then having a point in time where we actually fell into poverty, having that personal experience of knowing what that's like, and what it's like to try to make ends meet and how stressful that is on a regular basis to sort of think about what your next bill is and where the next check is coming from. And so that really informs what I do. And then ultimately going back to school, and I was an intern here when I went to graduate school many years ago. I won't tell you when. But here when we were the York Common Pantry before it became a citywide organization, and I knew about this organization. So many years later, I'm here again as the executive director. So.
Absolutely amazing. It's such a wonderful story. And what is your Thanksgiving gratitude message to everyone watching? What does Thanksgiving really mean to you?
I think Thanksgiving is a time when we should to slow down. There is so much, we're always on our phones, we always have the TV on, we're always, information exchange, and slow it down, appreciate the people around us, people who've made us who we are, and to be able to embrace each other and enjoy what we have in common. And that's the common in the New York Common Pantry, but that's the common that we have in humanity.
Fantastic. And one last thing that I wanted to ask you, how have you made your life Thanksgiving every day in terms of serving, in terms of making a difference, giving every day, in moving that period of feeling that it's important during the holidays, but being able to do that every single day of the year?
Well, I think like everyone else that's watching, everyone else that's here, we're all works in progress, and we want to try to do better and do better for those who need us, who need our help. So every day that, for me personally, it's trying to do better for the folks who come through our doors, to help them become self-sufficient, and that's a really important part of what we do here. 70% of the people come. After 1 year, they'll actually come less often. So that's really important that they actually don't need our services. And then for the next group of people, so that's really trying to use metrics and things like that to really make sure we're making a difference. That's our commitment to them. That's our commitment to ourselves.
Thank you so much, Stephen. That was absolutely fantastic speaking to you. And if there's any last messages you want to leave, I know that you are also working on improving the nutrients and helping people reduce hunger and poverty. And those are two very important things to you, aren't they?
Absolutely. We actually provide a lot of really fresh food, and we do that. We buy from local farmers during the growing season, and that's an important part of our formula, if you will. And for this distribution right here, if you want to donate, $35 feeds a family with a turkey and all the fixings. You can go to our website, nycommonpantry.org.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stephen. It's great to meet you today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Brilliant to speak to you. Guys, that was Stephen Grimaldi, the Exec Director of the New York Common Pantry. So I hope you were just listening to the staggering statistics, the amount of work that goes into making this place work. These are actual people here. There's companies here. I just heard that Morgan Stanley are helping out today. I heard that ING are helping out today. If you want to do a corporate away day, if you want to get your team, your company, whoever it is, to come down here and get involved, not just during the holidays. Remember, it's all year round. You can all be involved. It's something that I definitely recommend as a way of us to give back, to bring that gratitude. You can see lines and lines of people here, so much gratitude on their faces, so much emotion. I was speaking to Barbara earlier, and she was saying to me just before we interviewed her that some people actually tear up when they receive these gifts from her. When they come here and get their Thanksgiving meals, there's actually a whole lot of emotion that they're going through, because for them, they wouldn't be able to celebrate Thanksgiving without the New York Common Pantry, which, just imagine that. I'm sure many of you are planning your Thanksgiving dinners. Many of you are planning for next week. Maybe you're visiting a family member. Just think about it for a moment. What if that was taken away? What if you didn't have that opportunity? Just think about it. There are thousands of people out there who don't have that opportunity, allowing us to be grateful, but also hopefully moving that gratitude into action and actually making a difference. So thank you so much for tuning in with me, guys. It's been great talking to you. I've been loving all the positivity flying through. Remember, if you want more people to understand this message, press that share button right now so that lots more people can get connected. Come down here yourself, get involved with something in your locality. Remember, we can all make a difference in our communities. Have an amazing week. This is our 3 days of gratitude. Day 1, day 2's tomorrow. I hope you'll join me then. Take care. See you soon.